Hello. There I am. I'm Mike Morales. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels and networks. I'm here in San Antonio. That gentleman out there is
Eric Pandona in Vancouver, Washington.
Eric's feeling better. Both of us are healthy, folks.
Yes.
And we know that when you're watching this, you could be looking for great entertainment. Well, watch us drink, okay? Now, if this is so neat, Eric, because I'm glad that you and I are able to debut this brand new tequila on the market, and it's not just tequila; it's everything. This is called Encantadora, and it was probably those of you in Florida, probably the Miami area, are just getting to see this on a lot of the nightclubs, bars, restaurants. It's fairly new. However, it's been in the works for like 2 years. I believe the person involved, the main owner, her name is Alexa Eve. And Alexa has done some really unusual things. This whole brand is going to push the envelope. But before we get into all of that backstory, I'm just going to shake this up because it recommends, and I see bubbles, Eric.
Yeah.
This is the Blanco. So let's taste it first. Let's taste
it. Looks really pretty when the bubbles against the speckled glass.
Yeah, it's kind of got that hammered look to it. I don't know about you, but I'm going to go right on a limb and just go, brand of promise nominee in packaging.
I really like the bottle and most of the label.
Yeah, most of the label. You mean the mermaid right here?
It's a little like 1970s, but
well,
I like the packaging.
Let's taste it, and then we'll dissect the packaging and everything else, because there's so much to talk about on this brand. Yeah. And we got no information other than what's on the website and what our noses and our taste buds discern. It is a beautiful to look at. And like Eric said, looks beautiful when you shake it and the bubbles. There's a reason we actually shook this one, and we'll be shaking most of them. You'll notice we'll be doing that. Beautiful legs and tears. What have we got on those? Oh, wow. I get some of that minerality, that right at the top.
Yeah, real fruity, some light green character, but lots of fruit, lots of minerality.
Yes. There's like a lime zest, right at the top.
Lime and like mango.
Oh, okay.
Real bright.
Yeah, it comes right up to greet you. You don't have to dig in. It's right there.
Yeah.
Let's taste this baby, shall we? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice legs and tears. Look at how pretty that is. Oh.
So
go ahead. Tell me.
So it's interesting. It's a little bit, even though it's 40% or 80 proof, you can definitely, there's a little bit of heat and then by consequence, a little bit of dryness from the alcohol, but it starts really sweet and soft, then kind of goes across your tongue and you hit mid-palate, get this real fruit explosion.
Yep.
And then finishes dry. And
but it's like a medium to long finish too. Surprisingly, I like it. I like it a lot because it, on the intake, like you said, it was sweet, but it really finishes good. It finishes nice and long and strong. And you and I had a tequila not too long ago called Rejon, which we flipped over, and this one, the gnome on this one is $14.99, correct?
Yeah.
Tequila de Arandas, which is a small distillery, is maybe like less than 15 brands that come out of there, but it's got almost the same minerality characteristics that we had with Rejon. Only surprisingly, this is a little bit more aggressive, I think.
It is a little bit more aggressive. I was thinking about Rejon because it was I mean, it was really good. But
Ah,
this is also really nice, but in a very different way. Rejon was like really big and bold, like roasted agave
right.
and green vegetal. This is really bright and fruity. And
Well, a different area also.
yeah, yeah, but it's also kind of fun. It's got this liveliness to it that's really enjoyable, in a very different way than the other stuff that we've had. So I mean,
Plus, it
there's
was the Rejon was also at a higher ABV.
yeah, it was. So
And this
there's something,
character on this one is almost the same though. You know,
yeah,
so for an 80 proof, it's got some great character. You know,
yeah, yeah. So there's something going on my palate, and maybe it's the what on the label it says added salts. So I don't
right?
know if you want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Salts. When you see that, it's not that they're throwing salt in here. What Alexa, the owner, and her team had decided on is to push the limits and to um, try to make the healthiest tequila with different ingredients. And if you follow us through the whole, there are six marks, six different uh, expressions of this mezcal and tequila. This is the tequila at
Yeah,
80 proof. And now, when they say added salts, you'll see that at the bottom.
yeah,
What she means is, if, when you read the information, our Blanco 100% agave tequila with added salts, what that is it's electrolytes. Okay, um, and so the word electrolytes doesn't necessarily translate. It's a lot easier just to say salts.
yeah.
So it's
Well, I mean, at a basic level, electrolytes are different types of salts. You've got potassium and
right.
other things that are salts, but we don't refer to it's not the same thing as like table salt.
Yeah, exactly. So don't think it's salty. And you know what this reminds me of? First of all, the I remember when vodka was making its run. Remember, this was a few years ago, and
Mhm.
everybody was doing Red Bull or vodka Red Bulls,
Yeah,
and then people were putting caffeine in their vodka. They were infusing vodka with
yeah,
everything under the sun. Well, this reminds me of that era. That was like 5, maybe 8 years ago. Um, but it's so well done. I mean, we talked about the packaging. This is a
yeah.
hexagonal bottle. It's got a hammered look to it. Okay.
Mhm.
We now this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. Remember when we were kids, or maybe when I was a kid, we had orange crate art, and if you look
Yeah.
that up, this reminds me a lot of orange crate art. Okay.
Hmm.
Look at the box that this came in. Look at the Encantadora, the Enchantress. Okay, this is the box that mine came in. And
Yeah.
if you look at the much bigger picture, and you can check our Instagram, we actually took a picture of it and posted it on our Instagram. This reminds me a lot, and I don't know how many times you've been to Jose Cuervo or even the Sousa Museum, but both of these companies years and years ago commissioned posters for calendars. So this reminds me a lot of the old timey
Yeah, yeah,
posters
yeah,
and calendars that Sousa and Cuervo commissioned. And
yeah.
I and you and they're available as posters. I actually bought one. I have one in storage, and I bought one for a friend and sent it to him. Where you have the caballero riding up on a steed, and and the girl swooning over him, and it reminds me very much of orange crate art or the
Yeah, yeah,
cat
yeah.
girls, very very demure.
Right.
I love the old timey thing, but it's very very modern what she did.
Mm-hmm.
you know uh I don't know what else to say except if you look at the cap, can
Yeah.
you tell what is this a compressed agave that they're using as material for caps? Because it really is a
Question.
composite of some sort.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's definitely something. It looks, at least the pattern looks natural.
Yeah, it feels spongy and natural. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Again, there's not a whole lot of information. We didn't get any POS, but all their information so far is on their website.
Yeah.
And
I do like the sort of it. At first, I thought it might have been like some sort of like natural cork. It's not as spongy as cork, so I don't know. But I do like it. It adds a sort of coral element.
yeah,
To
like a ocean, like a sponge. Yeah,
yeah.
I am really digging this whole look. Now, because it has salts, she does recommend that many of these be shaken. And so just, because again, there whatever salts and electrolytes will settle. That's just the way it's going to be. Between you and me, do you feel that these electrolytes have influenced any kind of flavor on this or the finish?
Well, that's what I was saying. I don't necessarily think it impacting the flavor, but I do feel like there's something on the palate, on the finish, that might be the electrolytes.
Okay. And that's not off-putting. It's just it might even, because where this distillery is, it might even be just adding another layer. I really love this tequila. Like you said, it's very bright. Again, if you read the information on the website, it seems as if Alexa and her team are very health-minded, health conscious.
Yeah. So there's something, I think, because of the flavor profile, like we said, really bright, really fruity. The alcohol is there, so it's actually going to hold up really well if you're mixing it, like with, say, soda or making a Paloma or a margarita. It's going to do really well there is too. So I think it's really nice job that they're doing with this product. So the only thing is, I don't think you're going to see it much in, say, like bars for cocktails, only because of the price point. So from what I saw, the recommended price for the Blanco is $49.99, which it's a really good tequila. So yeah, you might end up paying that. But so I don't think you're going to see it in a lot of restaurants, maybe some clubs.
Well, from what I understand a little bit about her, she's an entrepreneur, but she's also very much into the high-end luxury real estate.
Yeah.
So naturally, she's in Miami, South Beach.
Right.
The destination locations will probably want this tequila. So it's not going to be everywhere.
No.
But I definitely, if you have a nicer restaurants in Vancouver or in Southern California, the destination locations are going to want this, and that may be the market that she wants to go to. Will you agree? Brandon Promise, not me.
I do. It's a really nice tequila. Yeah. Really nice.
It's done very well. But stick with us. That's our take on Encantadora Blanco with added salts, electrolytes. But stick with us. We have another 5 expressions that we're going to go through. But so far, that's what we like about this one. Wait till you see the other ones. Okay, you're gonna flip. You're gonna flip. I can't wait to see your reaction on this. That's our take on Encantadora. I'm Mike Morales. You have been listening and watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our channels. If you're watching us on Instagram, you're lucky because we're there, but not all of it. But you may be watching us on YouTube. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you get notified every time we upload something with Eric on it. Download on Spotify on our podcast as well. And whatever you do, oh, by the way, Eric, you're in where?
I'm in Vancouver, Washington.
That's right. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Excited here. That's Eric in Vancouver. I'm Mike Morales in San Antonio. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.